Hello all, Seriously is here, back with some more tips and tricks, and today we're gonna talk all about bobbleheads. And I don't have mods, so I couldn't install a bobblehead, but I have this character who has a bobblehead. So we're gonna go with bobblehead, talking about bobbleheads. And bobbleheads go in your starship. We're gonna use Starborn Runner. It's an expedition reward from Expedition Omega number 12. And we're going to talk about an expedition reward, Bobblehead, from Expedition 15, Aquarius, or Adrift. I can't remember which one. Let's go look. This guy will tell you where all of your expedition rewards come from by reward. So we're going to go to 15, Aquarius, and we'll scroll down. The Tentacled Figurine, the Starship Interior Adornment, or Bobblehead, and it goes in an inventory slot. And the ship we're going to be using comes from the Omega expedition. It's called the Starborn Runner. It's just a stock exotic starship. It just has a unique look. If you have any guppy or squid ship, or one of those ones with a fin sticking at the top or bottom, it's the same stats basically as the ship. It comes with a unique piece of tech with 11%. Let's just expand the tech here. I bought some slots. We've got some room to do some talking about these things. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, you don't want to see the testing, we'll just go over it now. The Polo bobblehead. Okay, we'll start with the one we got. Okay, I'll have to look this one up because I wrote them in order. The octopus or tentacled figurine does boost, which is part of your thrust in your this. It's only boost though. It doesn't affect thrust. It doesn't affect pulse. It affects boost. Okay, so that's what the tentacled figurine does. You don't worry if you didn't do the expedition to get the tentacled figurine. We still got you covered. The Nada figurine does launch thruster cost by 10% apparently. We could measure that one. We're not going to test this one today. Don't worry about it. I don't really worry about that. We've got so many launch thrust cost reductions these days that we don't need an extra 10%. The Polo figurine is the one I use the most because it affects maneuverability. Some of these we're going to be able to see the stats change up here, but not all the stats are shown. We don't get to see boost. Boost isn't shown up here, just maneuverability. The Atlas figurine affects light year range, hyperdrive range. Artemis figurine affects... Oh, that's your thrust, the boost one. That's also boost. So this is the same as the tentacled figurine. So if you don't have the tentacled figurine, you can use Quicksilver to buy any of these other bobbleheads, including this one here. So you can get your boost percentage from this. It is super small. I'll showcase this one especially because it's such a small bonus. I don't think you need to worry about having missed out on the tentacled figurine, except that it looks really cool. Okay, the Apollo figurine is listed on the wiki and every website and every comment I can find. It says it boosts damage capacity. I don't know. It does not change this stat here, nor does it change the stat here. Peak damage potential 32. We'll install it. We'll test that out. Don't worry, we'll get around to that. Was there one that I missed? We were at Apollo. Oh yes, null affects shields, and you can see this one change, and it's a fairly significant change compared to the boost stat. Okay, so let's get into testing. We can do some of them right here. Let's showcase the ones that change these stats first. So null. All very low cost. It's either 5 ferrite or 5 carbon for most of these things. So 269.1 to 284, not quite 20, almost 15 bonus to shield there. Out of 260, 15 is fairly significant. It's less than 10%. It's 5% probably. Yeah, it's a 5% bonus to your shields from null. Okay. So we'll showcase the Apollo one not doing anything to either of those. We saw up here 32 is the DPS, 3289 is the damage potential. So Apollo is supposed to do weapons damage 3289 and 32, 32. I have actually even tested this by shooting something out in space, because sometimes listed DPS and listed damage potential stats lie in this game, and you can do more or less damage to targets when you shoot them. The numbers you see off the targets, that scroll up off the targets you hit, will be bigger or smaller. They are identical with this installed and not installed. So I don't know what the Apollo figurine does. It says damage. I don't think it does. The Atlas figurine is one that I said we can see the bonus on. We'll test Artemis. I said it's boost. We'll get there. Hyperdrive range 186.1 to 270. That is a huge boost. That's about 100 light years. It's supposed to be 50 light years, but there might be modifiers affecting that on this here. Might have multipliers to your hyperdrive ranges, so that might be why it's higher. So 100 light years, not too shabby. I usually install this one. We can take a peek at what these all look like too, if you want to see them. I mean, you guys can do that. There's our Atlas right there. Yeah, you know what? Let's just stay here and we'll check them each as we go. Polo is the other one that I use the most, and it is the other one that we can see the changes here. So nothing changed there. We did null for this one. We did the Atlas for this one. Maneuverability 690.07. Polo figurine. So we went up over 10, 15, 16 bonus there. Not too shabby. And the other thing that we're going to talk about today is the adjacency bonuses for these. Some of these can be multiplied by adjacency bonus and some can't. Polo can. This is one of the reasons why I like Polo. Maneuverability only affects your starship's up and down and side to side speed. It does not affect forward or backward speed. It's just how fast you can turn around, basically. But it's pretty important for combat and just saving time in general. So we're going to install the Polo figurine right here. Right. Open space all around it. So 706. If we put, say, the Tentacled Figurine beside it, we went to 719. Even though we saw Tentacled Figurine, if we uninstall this, 690. That's our default. We went back down to the default. So we get a bigger bonus by having adjacency bonuses around the thing that we want to make a bonus. Now we could affect the boost bonus of the Tentacled Figurine by surrounding it. I'm not too worried about that, and we'll showcase why outside in a minute. Let's see how high we can get our maneuverability bonus by surrounding. And not all of these figurines will give adjacency bonuses, and we'll showcase that in just a second too. So we've got a duplicate here. These both affect boost, but they both give adjacency bonuses. The Atlas, which I love and I use in every ship, no adjacency, and nothing gives adjacency with it either. The other modules that don't give adjacency, like null, also don't give adjacency with that. So we can't give bonuses. Nothing is changing over here, no matter where we move these in conjunction with those. So some don't have adjacency and some do. Now, the other thing that gives adjacency to bobbleheads are starship trails. And we have lots that are available. Now, the problem with starship trails and using starship trails is, and it's the same with bobbleheads, you can only have one show up at a time. You can install multiple trails. We can put gold, and there's an adjacency. We can put green, and there's adjacency, and this went up both times. But if we hop into space and go into third person mode, we can't have gold and green attacked at the same time, and green overwrites gold. So if we want to use multiple starship trails to affect our bonuses for these bobbleheads, we need to find starship trails that we want that overwrite it. So let's keep some installing. Let's see if this one overwrites green. It'll give a bonus to this and this. Starship trails, as far as I know, don't affect any stat at all. they just give adjacency bonuses. Let me know if you know what these do, if anything, for themselves. As far as I can tell, nothing changes when these are installed, except by adjacency bonus. All right, let's see. No, we still have green. What about red? I saw red here. Yeah, red overwrites green and yellow, or gold, and whatever this one was, temporal. So you got to find the Starship trails that overwrite for your preferences. So red overwrites even the stealth one. You got to find what you want if you want to use the adjacency bonuses of those trails. Okay, let's uninstall all of this. We're going to do some in-cockpit first-person testing of the boost modules now. Okay, all our bonuses are at minimum here. Let's do first-person mode. If we look right here at this screen in the middle of the screen right now, it says 39, 37, 35. We're slowing down. That's our speed in units per second. We're going to watch that screen as I hold thrust. I'm holding just the forward momentum button, whatever that is on your controller or PC. It's the W key on PC keyboard. That's our maximum speed for thrust, 405 units per second. If I hold the shift key, which is our boost button, our maximum speed is 2561. Now, we can change, I think, both of those by affecting our diverted power to weapons, to engines. All right, let's hold just thrust, and as you can see, yeah, 405 goes to 539 as our maximum. And if we do boost, should be over 3,000 now probably. Yeah. 3289 is our maximum boost power with nothing installed and our weapon, our energy diverted to engines. Okay. Let's install some stuff. 3289. 3289. So tentacled. No adjacency bonuses by itself. 3289 goes up to 3291. We gained 2 units per second out of 3,000. Not a huge bonus, as you can see. Okay, next test is what happens if we surround this with Starship trails and stuff.
Technology installed. Technology installed. Technology installed.
Let's see where'd it go? There we are.
Technology installed.
Alright, 4 adjacency bonuses. 91. 3291 goes up to 3305. So if we fully surround this thing, we can get a pretty decent bonus, but out of 3,000, we went up less than 10? You know, it's just sort of not worth it to me, or do we go up 14? Either way, it's such a minor amount. Now, if you were lucky enough to go through the expedition and get the Tentacled Figurine unlock, what we could do, in theory, is also install Artemis.
Technology installed.
It's around Artemis. Some Starship trails too.
Technology installed. Technology installed.
So all of these have adjacency, and all of them have adjacency touching the 2 that give bonuses. So now what do we get? So 3305 to 3334. I like the number. 3333 would have been nice too. That would have been really cool. But as you can see, that's 20 or 30 point difference with all of that effort diverted out of 3,000. It's such a minor amount. That's not even a 1/10%. That's a 1/5%. I don't know. It's so hard. It's so small. I don't really worry about it. The reason that I use the Tentacled Figurine is because it overwrites visually in the cockpit pretty much every other Bobblehead. So you will, ooh, look at that. The rainbow trails overwrite all the other trails. And of course they would. Of course they would. Whee! Yeah, so that's basically it. We went over what all the bobbleheads do. We showcased the thrust potential differences of these. I don't recommend you focus on the boost loss of not having both of these. And just find the ones that you like the best. I use Polo on every starship because extra maneuverability in the minor amounts we get is very helpful. And I use the Atlas figurine because the extra light year range can be pretty significant, especially early game when you're only at 100 or 200 light year range. It can really help you out. On a new save, you're going to have to go to the Anomaly first and pay Quicksilver for this. If you haven't gotten Quicksilver yet, you're going to have to do Nexus missions or weekend missions. Hey, one of those, I got to do that later today. Okay, cool. But yeah, on all other saves where you've already paid Quicksilver, you can get them for free. So you just go to the Anomaly, get your Atlas, and you'll get some extra hyperdrive range. And Null, as I went through learning about these things, I discovered has pretty significant shields. So from 269 to 284, was it?
Technology installed.
Yeah, not too shabby. I'm going to start using Null as well. And if we go into first person mode, Tentacled Figurine still overwrites Null, so you don't have to look at Null's traitorous face. All right, that is it for today, everybody. Until next time, have a good time.